guys? Welcome to another Talking Bull podcast where we bring you the nerdy news you need to know about and rant a lot about the things we watched this week because, good God,
we watched a lot this week.
To get through some of this shit. But before we get to any of that, we are going to talk about some big news that has been breaking for the last, 12 hours or so.
Before we're going to do that, I'm going to say this. Whoever
of
the 63 people that listened
for you guys.
Of the 63 people that listened to the audio version of last week's episode, if by chance you are listening to this episode, God thank you. Bless your soul. But if you are listening, go to Twitter, go to YouTube, comment on this video, comment that you've listened to this episode. And the first person that does that, we're going to send you a t-shirt for Talking Bull.
Please. We would like to know you're out there, you're listening. Let us know what you think.
Yeah.
We're curious. We know from the Discord people, we know from my YouTube community side who watches, what they kind of like with the podcast, the various people that I've talked to. But there's a lot of you out there, and we see it in the thing. We hit about 15 or so after a little bit. So there's some of you out there we have no contact with. So we're very curious to what you like, what you don't like, based off what we see in our counts. And some of you come in, some of you come out. And I know some of it was probably just the headline of talking about Endgame and everything. Mm-hmm. But there's a few of you out there that I know listen to this. That we see you from wherever,
especially audio wise. Audio listeners have a way higher number than I ever thought of until last week when I looked at it for the first time in 2 years.
And we have no way to contact you, but we would like to know what you think and how you feel about the podcast and like how you like the informational write-up to see if there's enough in the episode. If you want me to include more information. Go to this week's video. It'll post Monday. You'll see it. It'll be episode 80. Or go to at TalkingBull PC. That's our Twitter. Or you can find me at True Hedgehog. And let us know what you think. We want to hear from you. And the first person that we see that isn't one of our Discord people or a regular person, because I know you guys, come on now. We'll send you a shirt if you want one. Mm-hmm. So just let us know. We're very curious to see what you guys think and what you guys like and how we can tweak this. Because we have ideas on how we can tweak it, and we've been pretty good with like just the flow of everything lately. But we want to know what you guys think. That was our PSA. That was his PSA. He wanted to bring that up. So let us know, and we'll send you a shirt. Anyways, big news.
I also think I'm going to start drinking more on this show, but that's a side note. No, continue.
We drink anyways. I don't always just tell them that.
Oh. It's been a rough year.
Also, they can see you drinking. At some point, someone's going to make a comment like, is he okay? Also, I drink on the stream all the time. I just don't tell them. I'm having a slushie. I got a new cup. Yeah. I don't remember the camera.
I don't bother hiding it anymore.
Yeah.
So I go home and I grab the beer.
Therapy with
and it's in my cup holder. And as I'm driving here, it's only a couple blocks, and I'm like, I question. Should I just open it right now? I haven't, but I'm like, should I open it?
If you're a doctor or a psychiatrist or anyone with any help, please fix.
I'm going for help.
Yeah, he is. Look at him. Anyways, nerd news. Not Nick is broken news.
On the idea of a broken character, Batman, Robert Pattinson. Yes. Where are we on that?
So I've
seems like it's legit.
Numerous times over 79 episodes that I am giving actors more of a chance, and we just fucking gushed for 45 minutes over the casting of fucking Marvel's cinematic universe. Even DC's like they're casting for these characters, and that was something I've read in the comments too. Was like people were putting up pictures of Heath. Remember when he was cast? Even pictures of Ben. Remember when Ben was cast? Defending the Twilight people who were bashing it because he was in Twilight. Yeah, like guys, that was like.
But same idea with Ben. Like remember Ben was he was hated, but like to me, best Batman so far. Mm-hmm. Right? Like, anyways, I'm gonna give it the chance on whoever they cast, but it seems like as of 5:22 p.m. on May 17th, Robert Pattinson, Bruce Wayne Batman.
For a movie slated for 2021. I saw it in an article.
Yeah, like the date was already announced.
So, but like they're going
Yeah.
with this, and I'm like, good.
July 2021 sometime. Yeah.
Okay, cool. I'm in. I'm gonna give this guy a shot. Apparently, another actor on the short list was Nicholas Hoult.
The big thing that is not because it hasn't been 100% confirmed at this point.
Yeah.
It seems like they're still punching out numbers, but it's the other reports do list Nicholas Hoult, Armie Hammer,
Beast from X-Men, right?
Yes, Armie Hammer and Kick-Ass. What's his name? Andrew Johnson. Fuck.
Aaron
Yes,
Johnson.
Aaron Johnson something. He has 3 names.
Yeah, Aaron. Yeah, whatever. Aaron Johnson.
Yeah. Those are like the top 4. It seems, but it does seem like that Pattinson is Batman.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Let's see it.
Yeah.
Let's see how he does. Let's see what the suit looks like. Let's see what this movie is. Let's go. Come on, DC. Balls in your court. Marvel just fucking crushed it.
Again.
And spoilers, Marvel is going to continue crushing it.
Do you think they will? Do you think, like, looking at their slate, like, just the idea of, like, let's go with, they're going to off branch now.
Yeah.
They're losing some of the main guys. They're doing this, whatever. Like, Eternals. I'm going to tell you, based on, far, Angelina Jolie and the Stark guy, the dead one.
Oh. Yeah.
Rob.
Stark. Yeah.
Rob?
Yeah.
Robert Stark.
Spoiler for Game of Thrones.
I
know.
The Red Wedding?
I just wanted to make the joke.
But, like, he might be in it.
Yeah. I don't care.
Richard Madden. Yeah. That's his name.
You're reaching.
But just go. Yeah.
Marvel here.
So far, though, that movie, like, I won't be watching.
Oh, I don't care. I don't care.
Because, like, the cat, like I said, I've said it on here before and stuff. Like, Ant-Man. I was not watching Ant-Man until you casted Paul Rudd.
Yeah.
I have yet to watch Captain Marvel. I have yet to watch Black Panther.
Yeah.
I have yet to watch Guardians 2. I don't think I've watched Guardians 2. I watched the first one.
You should.
Fell asleep at the end. Didn't give a fuck. Dance party wins the world. Whatever. Fuck you. I'm done. Never watched Guardians 2.
Yeah. Guardians 2 is pretty good though.
I just wonder if, like, we are getting off to that point for Marvel in the sense of, like, okay, we've used our big guys. We're doing this. We're doing that. We're getting, like, the fucking, not even, like, D. We're on, like, F list of heroes.
Because Captain Marvel did pretty well, too.
Captain Marvel did pretty well, but she's still pretty high on the list. Yeah. And I'm just like, Eternals, you're going to go further down. Whereas, hopefully, DC's on the upcoming where they're still using Batman, Superman, Aquaman. Using the names people know versus the names Marvel is, like, reaching into the bag and grabbing someone new.
Yeah.
Like, that the world doesn't know.
Plus, Marvel still has the X-Men. Which
I know. Now they have the X-Men.
Now they have two
that and Fantastic
characters that are beloved by fans that have been ruined by Fox. That Marvel can just the second they put shit out for that.
I don't know if the X-Men are going to be in this phase. Do you think they get out in this next phase, like phase 4?
They may not be labeled in this phase, but I think we're getting something in this phase.
I think it'd be late into the phase.
It's going to be late in the phase.
Where they've
already had this plan.
Where it's like, mentioned.
You're getting something. Because
start to build
they're not
going to
sit this long on the X-Men. They're not. They know the X-Men's a huge property. They have to distance themselves
I saw something about
Phoenix.
The article. I saw an article about phase 4 starting after Spider-Man. Like, Spider-Man is technically still phase 3.
Yeah.
So whatever the next one is, I don't remember. Maybe
if I was Marvel, I would 100% tease an X-Men in Spider-Man.
I'm trying to think of what it is, but I can't remember what the next movie is after that.
Name dropping someone.
But phase 4 will be from after Spider-Man, beyond the dates they've told us. So, like, remember how they gave us all those dates, and I think it went up to 2024?
Yeah.
They're saying that their phase 4 actually goes until 2026.
Okay. Well,
like, you know what I mean? Like, their phase 4 is going to be a long one. Just like phase 3 was super long. Like, phase 3 started, like, Avengers 2.
I think there was a bigger gap in between movies near the end.
Yeah, and you had fewer movies. Like at the very beginning of Phase 3, there was only 2 movies a year as opposed to 3. But there was an article I read that said like their Phase 4 is going beyond the dates that we know now.
So it's
like
2019. Spider-Man is the only movie in the end of Phase 3.
Mhm.
Next phase kicks off. What's the first date for that? 2020.
Yeah, it's next year. I think it's like May 2020.
End of 2021 for, let's say, maybe summer 2022. X-Men. And it's just going to be called X-Men.
I would love that. I don't know if you're going to get it 2022, 2021.
If not 2022, 2023. Because they're not going to wait till 2026 with the X-Men.
Mm-hmm.
And the Fantastic Four,
I think Fantastic Four comes first.
That.
Yeah.
They're going to...
Fantastic easily comes before the X-Men.
Somehow tie them into the next phase, but not announce them as the phase.
Mm-hmm.
Because, as we know, Marvel is trying to expand its cosmic universe.
Yeah.
And who else do you throw in that?
Reed Richards.
Exactly.
I definitely believe Fantastic will come before the X-Men.
I think your next big bad should be Galactus.
Is he a big bad?
Yeah,
like
have all the girls
world-wise?
fight him. He comes to Earth. They have to fight the Silver Surfer. He's like, no, I'm not here to do this.
We watched that movie. Fantastic Four, Silver Surfer. We already watched that one.
That movie was stupid. Doom fucking became the Silver. It's fucking dumb.
There's a big cloud at the end.
Oh, fucking cloud. God damn it.
It's like a storm.
We went through...
Like Twister.
I missed the movies where everything was a cloud or shot up blue fucking shit into the sky.
The other day, I went to watch Green Lantern. But it was just getting late. Like, it was like 10 o'clock-ish, maybe a little after 10. And I was like, fuck, like, I kind of want to watch this and not just, like, play it in the background as I fall asleep. So I put something else on. I think I put on, like, Beetlejuice or something. But I was like, fuck, I want to rewatch Green Lantern. Same with my Suicide Squad a couple weeks ago. Remember, I started watching it.
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh, I want to actually watch this. So I shut it off and put something because I noticed I started to fall asleep.
It's not that good. It's like a 6.
It's not good, but like I haven't seen Squad since the theaters. I
haven't watched Squad.
I might have watched it once when it first came to like DVD and Blu-ray and stuff.
I haven't watched it since.
But
again, that's one of those movies you can kind of like what it is.
I mean, I know what any of these movies are.
But I mean, like why you don't want to watch it.
Oh, I guess.
Like this is the same thing. We go back to Iron Man 3. It's the reason I will not watch that movie. Same reason I don't watch Spider-Man 3. Same reason I won't watch...
I watched Spider-Man 3 a month ago.
The only one I can definitively say this about is Dark World. Thor Dark World, I have no fucking clue what that movie is.
I watched it last year sometime.
I may have to go back and watch that. I haven't watched it since it came out, and I barely watched it.
It was a hard watch.
It's a hard fucking watch.
It was a hard watch. But I was looking at like the list of all my movies and stuff, and I was like, yeah, I want to watch Green Lantern, but
the thing I like about Marvel is while they have their standalones, their whole Marvel universe as a whole is...
I want to talk about Strange.
All right, just let me give my point thing here that I'm going to make about the topic we're talking about before.
Did we have a topic?
Yeah, before you start jacking off to Doctor Strange again. We get it. You love him. Go blow him in the corner. Fucking... Marvel has like their entire thing planned out. They have their standalones that they want to tie into the overall universe, which is cool. And they can also make standalone stuff that isn't like Ant-Man and the Wasp. Is tied together and works. I really don't know how that's going to sound later on when we have that with no thing on it.
It's just going to sound like I can't say words that start with the letter
I'll put all the shit on
P.
it. Anyway, DC right now has a broken universe that's still using characters from their big Justice League tie-in fiasco. And they're continuing with that with Aquaman, Wonder Woman, and that's
the only two.
And Shazam, but he wasn't in that.
He wasn't in the other one. So the only two are Aquaman and Wonder Woman.
It really kind of is they're in a weird kind of flux right now. Like, are they going to do... Obviously, they want to do a Justice League movie again at some point. Mm-hmm. But it's gonna be this weird mishmash.
The thing with DC and where it stands now is it needs to have, and right now it seems to so far have one person in charge.
Yeah.
And that right now it's Walter Hamada, something like that.
Ham dog.
Something like that.
Yeah.
He's the guy that did the horror movies.
Yeah.
Conjuring.
Yeah, something like that.
Which ones were it? Let's look it up. I want to.
You got your keyboard.
My hands are full.
Well, that's because you decided you needed to hold the mic.
Because I was leaning back. I was relaxing. I was getting into the vibe.
You could lean back and move forward. Move the arm.
This isn't gonna work. Apparently, he's not popular.
That's why we bought mic stands. I'm just throwing this out there.
Well, I'm just saying, like.
Oh, he did It.
He did It. I knew he did a horror movie. I just couldn't remember which one it was. He did It.
Okay.
And Annabelle, Creation.
Oh God, I can't watch that movie.
So he did, which was also, if I'm not mistaken, was that the guy that did Shazam?
I don't know. It said.
Yeah, David Sandberg. So
okay.
he did this, then he goes on to Shazam and he does that or whatever.
It's like their whole team kind of doing that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I'm done with that. It's just it's gonna be a weird hodgepodge, and it's.
But he's so far now he's listed as having done Aquaman, Joker, Birds of Prey,
which we know,
Wonder Woman 2,
which we know,
and
Joker,
Aquaman 2.
Oh, I'm glad Wonder Woman's on that list because I'm very like. This falls under my statement from last week. Who they still haven't shut up. The directors of the Russo.
The Russos?
I was talking about somebody with
Tommy Russo.
The,
Russos. R. Enunciation.
They still haven't shut up.
Yeah,
but
more articles.
Her,
Patty
also doesn't shut up when it comes to talking about things. And it very much seems like she is going out of her way to be like, it's not a sequel, it's a fucking different story, blah, blah, blah. She's trying to distance herself from DC with this movie.
Yeah, which is weird where they're like, it's not a sequel, it's just like a new movie. And I'm like,
you're not a fucking Elseworld story, stop it. We know
and
it's
I'm like,
a goddamn sequel.
That part's confusing because it's like...
But the more she talks about it, the more it terrifies me for a sequel. That it's just going to be a redoing of Wonder Woman's origin, but in a different era.
But in 1984, the movie, which I hate the fucking title.
Oh, the title sucks ass.
Same with, just looking at Walter's producer list, it says Birds of Prey and the Fantabulous Emancipation of One Harley Quinn. I hate that title too.
That is the full title?
That is the actual title of the movie.
Oh my God. First of all, it's terrible. Second of all, it's so goddamn long.
Yeah.
It looks like when you type in random stuff to YouTube, like it gives you the end.
Yeah.
But like, it seems like she's going out of her way to distance it. And I'm starting to hate number sequels. I like the idea of a subtitle. I
like the idea of a subtitle. I just wish 1984 was a better subtitle. Same with the Birds of Prey one.
Why not call it Wonder Woman, Princess of Themyscira? Okay, so we could be like, okay, the second one is Princess of Themyscira. We know that's the sequel.
I mean, I get what you're going with. Not a good title though.
Either way, you know what I mean?
Because she's not in Themyscira, but I understand what you're saying.
Yeah,
yes.
Or even I'm sure she had a book with another name.
Oh yeah, she definitely could be like.
My beef with Spider-Man is they keep calling them stupid fucking names. Where okay, so you had Spider-Man. Well, you can't use Spider-Man
Aquaman.
anymore.
Such a good fucking. I might watch Aquaman tonight when I go home.
Oh yeah, I gotta watch that again. That was a really
good movie.
Well, no, you gotta watch Batman Turtles.
Fuck, maybe I'll watch that. I don't know.
So they went with Amazing, and we're like, cool. What's the next one?
You ever see 47 Ronin, the Keanu Reeves movie, where he's like the last samurai?
The last samurai I saw with a white dude being a samurai was Tom Cruise, and he was the last samurai.
The last samurai.
Wasn't actually a bad movie. Speaking of that, I really want to see fucking John Wick 3.
Comes out today.
Today.
Yeah.
The box office for this week is going to be very interesting. Because, you still have Avengers, which could take it. Pikachu could take it again. Or take it. Mm-hmm. And, Keanu and his movie could very much take it, too. Yeah. It's got a hard-fought battle. But because
John Wick is rated R, so it has a hard...
But they're going to be lower numbers for all three movies.
Mm-hmm.
So,
it's anyone's game.
Exactly. And Avengers is at 2.5 as of
I told you, after this weekend, it's predicted that it will cross that 2.8.
What? We don't need the show.
You have the keyboard.
Oh, fucking hell. I just want to see.
Box Office Mojo. Go to there. No, go to Box Office. BOX. Office. Mojoian. Go to all, and then once you go to the main webpage, though, go to the left and it'll say all time.
I missed the fucking click.
Left, all time.
Oh, I'm just reading the John Wick thing. Where?
Little down.
Oh,
right there, all time.
Okay.
And then click on worldwide. Third one.
Yeah. 2.5.
2.534 versus 2.788 for Avatar. And like I said, I'm hearing that without inflation. So these are true numbers as the way it is. It could take it after this weekend is what I've heard. Now click on Endgame and it will give us their webpage. Domestic 741, foreign 1.793.
Most of that from China.
For a total of 2.5
China is like
billion.
Crazy how
That's
much
insane.
they fucking done. What's crazy, like I think we did this before where we looked at box office with inflation.
Inflation is ridiculous.
Like,
go back one more because it will have the inflation page.
Star Wars and Gone with the Wind are like
Gone with the Wind. I'm pretty sure. Go back. It will tell you. Go back one more. Just go back one more.
Oh yeah, okay, we're on the inner thing.
Adjusted for inflation, Gone with the Wind, #1 movie of all time.
Is that billion?
Yeah, at 1.82 billion when it's. But I don't think that counts current films because how can the 2 billion not be up there? You know, I don't get that part. Avatar.
Because it
inflations it, but it also minuses.
So, but like if you tickets what $15 now?
Yeah, we'll say $15 for a ticket.
Put every ticket at $15 for the amount of people who saw Gone with the Wind.
It would have made 1.82 billion.
Yeah.
But go down to number 15, and it says Avatar only made 876 million.
Yeah.
How do you get that math?
Because I think, hang on, in my head, I have the answer that kind of makes sense, but when I say it out loud, it doesn't make sense.
It sounds stupid.
Because if it's selling for the same price as that, you'd think it would make more money, but Gone with the Wind sold more tickets at that price, so it made more money than that.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
I was trying to get
the
that
number
out.
of tickets sold.
Yeah.
So let's just say easy numbers. Let's say Avatar sold. Let's say Gone with the Wind back in 19 whatever. The fucking date is up there if you scroll up for me.
Yep.
1939. Let's just say they sold 100 tickets.
Yeah.
100 tickets at $15 gave them $1 billion. So the math doesn't check out, but you get what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Versus Avatar, sure they sold a shit ton of money, but their tickets are more expensive, and they only sold 50 tickets.
Yeah.
50 tickets at $15 across the board only gave them the 860 million total. Yeah. I get what you're saying. When you look at number of like dollar versus ticket, not the actual ticket. Yes, I see what you're saying.
Adjusted to the estimated 2019 average ticket price of $9 American,
which is ridiculous.
Inflation adjusted.
Because even in the States, the movie is like $15.
Yeah.
Or if not more.
Yeah, basically kind of, yeah.
But yes, I see what you're saying about the number of tickets sold.
Yeah.
Versus the $9 price that they're giving it.
Yeah.
Makes this much money.
Which this list is entirely different. It's crazy. And like Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs is up there in the top 10.
It sits on number 10. I don't even know what number 8 is. Dr. Zhivago?
Zhivago. It's a really big movie.
Isn't that the one where he kills people?
Something like that. I've never watched it.
I think it's like assisted suicide. Isn't it like that where you like...
I have no idea. I know it's a really big movie, but I've never watched it. Like, and movies, these are the movies you expect to be up there. These are
like number 1, Gone with the Wind. Number 2, Star Wars, The Sound of Music, E.T.,
these top
Titanic.
10 are all heavy hitters.
Yeah, Titanic, The 10 Commandments. I've always wanted to watch, but never have. It's like 4 hours long. Jaws, Dr. Zhivago, The Exorcist, and number 10, Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs.
And then you look at the next set, which is like the new
The Force Awakens, 101 Dalmatians.
101 Dalmatians.
That's what it says.
I know, I just like how you read that.
The Empire Strikes Back, Ben-Hur, Avatar, Return of the Jedi, Jurassic Park, Episode 1, The Lion King, and The Sting at number 20. Currently, right now, on the all-time list with inflation, Avengers sits at number 24.
And climbing.
Well, yeah, it's current, so it's climbing, but it sits at number 24 with $741 million. Just above Jurassic World. That's a crazy list when you look at it that way. Like, with adjusted for inflation. I like checking this so
often when these bigger movies to come out and see where they sit. Because, like, yeah. Avatar,
have you seen Mary Poppins Returns?
No, I have not.
Okay.
And then, like...
I would recommend not watching it.
Okay, sounds good. I won't. Because then if you look at, like, the big movies that have come out recently...
Home Alone, scroll down just a little bit. Home Alone sits at 43 for $610 million. And that's like, insane.
Spider-Man,
click on Home Alone. I want to see their actual numbers. Oh, that's respectable.
Yeah, Home Alone's not bad.
480.
But then you have like Infinity War is 36 and Ghostbusters is 37. And the Dark Knight is 33 and the Bond movie is at 32.
Thunderball. Oh man. Black Panther is 31.
Yeah, and Avengers is 30.
Oh man. Let's go to Thunderball for a second.
Godfather is at 26. Jurassic World is at 25 ahead of Jurassic Park.
Well, I guess ticket prices cost more, right? So that's how.
But going off our thing, they sold more.
But not as much. Yeah. Still, not as much.
Like,
let's just wait. I want to go to Thunderball.
Hang on, Goldfinger is at 48.
Let's go. Like Thunderball on this inflation list is technically the number 1 Bond movie.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
The number 1 Bond movie is Thunderball from.
Isn't that where that scene he goes to space, right?
No. That's Sean Connery. He's still on.
Oh, right. Yeah. Okay.
His shit didn't go wild until.
Which one did he go to space? Oh, Moonraker. Fucking idiot. It's in the name.
Fuck. Oh, wow.
Man Green Graffiti. Like
that's not a bad movie. No, I've watched it.
I'm liking this list. Is like, yeah, these are
Superman number 74.
Back to the Future 70. Dark Knight Rises is 72. Smokey and the Bandit.
It's a mad world. What is that?
That's
1963.
That's all.
That's what it is.
The 4 Horsemen of the Apocalypse. So every
1921.
So every one of these movies you can look at and you kind of know what they are or have seen. Okay, I just saw fucking Crocodile Dundee at 129, and Transformers sits at 128.
That's hilarious. And then right above it, The Matrix Reloaded. But then, also it's right above that is Captain America: Civil War, which I was watching a video today.
Yeah.
Did you remember that when they originally announced Civil War, do you remember what the original title was?
Before I get to your answer. No, I don't.
Okay.
And also, let me ask you a follow-up question.
Yeah.
Did you learn that by watching Kind of Funny today?
I did.
Yeah, because I know the name of the thing is like Internet Explorers this week is like we watched the original fucking Phase for a while.
For Phase 3. And it was originally Captain America Serpent Society.
Oh, that's a stupid fucking title.
Which reminded me of reading a bunch of articles when that movie was coming out and leading up to it, and how things were changed in contrast to Batman v Superman.
Yeah. And
Batman v Superman then had to change things in relation to Civil War coming out months earlier. So, interesting.
Battles. I'm looking for the original Matrix.
It's not on here.
I don't see it.
Not in the top 100. MASH, 1970.
Is Reloaded? Aladdin is right near Mrs. Doubtfire. Toy Story 3 cracks the top 100. Like Frozen is 113. Oh, come on. Terminator, be better.
That's an old movie,
I know, but
1991.
Iron Man 3 is ahead of it.
I don't remember which one Reloaded is. I think that's the last one. Revelations is
the thing.
Is the last one.
Yeah.
So then Reloaded is 2.
Okay, here's one that I did not think would be even on this list.
Secret Life of Pets is actually surprisingly a successful movie. Click on it and you'll get the real number. 389 is the inflation number. 875 is the true number.
That's crazy.
Almost $1 billion. That's actually a funny movie. I've watched it a couple times.
It's just like you're looking at these movies, right? These are the money makers.
But it
right?
sucks that go with the idea of Secret Life. 379.
Yeah.
True number 870.
Yeah.
You know, when you play, sometimes it works against you.
Saturday Night Fever.
Austin Powers.
I still have yet to see the fucking Matrix.
Suicide Squad.
Batman
208.
Batman v Superman.
Which is the true number.
Yeah.
344. Click on it. It's going to be the same number when you flip it.
It's so bad.
No, it is. You know what? Actually, to the right, it says the real number.
Yeah.
873. But when you look to the right, it tells you the domestic number.
Yeah.
That's fucked up. I don't see the Matrix on this list.
No, but there's Lethal Weapon too. Anyways, that's enough of IMDb. I just wanted to see where.
How was Aquaman below Batman v Superman when Aquaman reached $1 billion? You know, but inflation, the value of a dollar changed over the last 4 years, right? So it actually put it. It was like 20 points lower.
To put the year in perspective, so far, the top movies of 2019 are Endgame, Captain Marvel, Us, How to Train Your Dragon, and Shazam. And there's kind of a gap between all of them, except for...
The bottom 3 are fairly close, but Captain Marvel pulls away at 424, Endgame 741, Us 174, Dragons 3 is 160, and Shazam is 137. Go down a little bit more. I want to see this comparison. 740.
Oh, they're comparing the last.
Well, they compare Endgame to Episode 1, I believe. Well, I mean, Episode...
the new Episode 1 for the new...
7.
Force Awakens.
Force Awakens?
Is that Force Awakens? Yeah.
Yeah, Force Awakens.
They're close.
They're close, but Force Awakens is ahead still in the 21-day total.
But the thing is, the overseas is helping Endgame.
Burn Bright, that's a
yeah, I'm looking at Shazam.
Twisted Superman movie.
43 total. I kind of want to see that. There's like jack shit coming out.
John Wick.
I mean, John Wick and then Aladdin, but like...
Aladdin, then you have Godzilla 2 at the end of the month. Then you have Dark Phoenix a week later.
Okay, I lied. Rocket Man's out too.
Rocket Man, Dark Phoenix a week later in June. Secret Life of Pets 2 in June.
What do you think those...
Men in Black in June. Shaft in June.
So I saw an article today. It was like it's predicted to do, I think, $50 million
for
X-Men.
I saw that.
Do you think the Secret Life of Pets 2 beats it? I don't think it does. I think the Secret Life of Pets, while popular, may do about $30 million.
Okay, here's what I'll do. Scroll up to the top of the page. Go to the far left. And type in Secret Life of Pets.
I like that my search history for another website comes up on here.
Which is weird. I don't like that it does that shit. I have it saved so it won't keep titles like that, but
I wanted to see if I could just type in of pets.
Random alphabets.
I wanted to see if I just typed in of pets.
Go to it. I want to see what the original opening weekend was.
Opening
weekend, 104 million. No fucking way. It's gonna take number 1. Right? Over X-Men, 50 million? This is a sequel?
Yeah.
You're telling me Secret Life of Pets doesn't take number 1?
Okay, so when did it come out? 2016. It's now 2019.
And it's only more popular. There's no way it loses $70 million in opening weekend profits to come lower than X-Men.
Oh yeah, because no fucking sequel has ever not come out to a more successful
Not an animated one for kids. What sequel loses $70 million to not come number one?
How to Train Your Dragon.
Each of those went up even more.
Did it go up?
Yeah.
I have no fucking clue. I want to see if there's a box office like prediction for it.
None of this will help you. It's talking about Endgame.
Yeah.
Because you didn't spell Secret Life. You put in alphabets and symbols.
I didn't type in any of that shit.
You got a fucking exclamation point in the middle of Secret Life. Right there, number 2.
It doesn't matter. Google doesn't read those. Oh, yeah. Well, it ends for 65. I was wrong.
Which is still fucking low. That seems low, even for what their first one made. 105.
Doesn't seem low. It's 3 years later. For a movie that did moderately well, surprisingly.
It made almost $1 billion. It was just shy of 900 million.
Still.
That's almost did okay.
And also, it's not a Disney property.
That seems.
Is it? No. Is
it's
it
not Disney? I don't know.
Oh, fine.
But it didn't just do okay.
Yeah. It's Universal Comcast Illuminations.
Mm-hmm. I hope it takes number 1.
Their sequels never seem to do.
I hope it takes number 1. X-Men shouldn't even be fucking released. They should just drop that shit on Netflix. It's gonna
make $50 million goddamn dollars.
Yeah, even that seems too high. I'm assuming once the reviews come out, the number is gonna go down. Reviews haven't been out yet for it.
Here's what I want. I want to see this movie.
I tried to watch
before I do. You can't watch Apocalypse. It's bad.
That's what I was going to say. I tried to watch Apocalypse this week. It took me 3 days, and I maybe actually watched 20 minutes of this fucking movie. I was like, holy fuck.
I've watched it twice. We're at 36 minutes and we've yet to talk about the thing we were going to talk about.
What were we going to talk about?
The fucking sequel.
Oh, we're just going to let it roll. We're just going to see how it hangs, blow in the wind.
But
ball sway side to side, whatever.
Okay, I want to see. Now I'm intrigued because I want to see. What's that fucking franchise with the fucking minions?
Minions, Despicable.
Yeah.
Displace me.
I just want to. What is this? It's a nationwide event hosted by non-profit Invisible Children.
Do they exist? Non-profit invisible?
What's
a non-profit invisible child? I do not want to
make fun of this because it is a charity thing, but like...
Let's just move on quickly. I might say something.
Why does it keep putting in shit I don't want it to?
Because you typed in Minions this time and it gave you the Minions movie.
I'm curious to see... I want it to go here.
There's 4 of those fucking movies?
Well, it hasn't been announced yet, but
released. If you go down, they'll give you the numbers.
Yeah, I was
just go down. They'll give you the numbers.
From there.
They'll give you the numbers. They'll be able. There should be a chart somewhere. Keep going.
It's just the characters.
Right there, up below. So, budget, North America, worldwide.
So
each one went up. First one made 543.
But what you have to look at is
the budget didn't increase that much though.
Well, what you have to look at it going up, but what you have to look at is where it goes. Because that's key. Because not every movie is dictated by its foreign markets.
No, but each one domestically went up too. You had 251, then you had 3.
Barely.
Oh, well, no. You had the spike from 251 to the second one was 368.
But that's a dip.
From 2 to 3 is a dip. Look at those numbers again.
Yeah, that's a 2.
Oh no, I'm saying. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I'm
1
going
to 2
1
went
to 2
up.
went
Makes
up.
sense.
But that's the way it always goes. Spider-Man 1, Spider-Man 2, Spider-Man 3, Matrix 2, Matrix 3.
No, I think Spider-Man went up, and Spider-Man 3.
Spider-Man 3 should have fucking burned to the ground.
It went up though.
That's because people were stupid and went to see the movie opening weekend.
I know, but I think Dark Knight did it too.
Again, I see like shit like when that stuff happens, it aggravates me because what that means is everyone went to see. It's like I'm gonna say this and I'm only gonna say it one time. It's like Batman v Superman. that movie made so much money opening weekend, right? And then everyone saw it. I was like, holy fuck, I shouldn't have paid for that.
The problem with that is that we were fooled.
Exactly.
We were
fooled to thinking it's going to be different.
But we knew Spider-Man 3 was going to be bad.
Not from the trailers.
Oh, I did. Wait, did that say? Okay, early films. I was like, what movie was called Spider-Man the Dragon's Challenge?
1981, The Dragon's Challenge. I want to watch that movie.
I bet you that's like the live action like
Hulk ones or whatever?
No, the anime ones. Yeah, it is Toei. The Toei like one where he is a giant robot like Super Sentai ones. I know this will get. I love. There's the Spider-Man logo, PS4 or PS3. It should give us.
It will give you the numbers.
The entire thing for everything. Also, I hate when they do this. Like, don't put. Like, we knew they were all separate. I like that it says Marvel Cinematic Universe, Tom Holland. Oh, I was like, I thought that said the other one. I thought it said Far From Home, and I'm like, why is that one listed in a different universe? Spider-Man 3 did dip.
Yeah, it did.
Not by a lot, though.
Not by a lot, but it dipped.
But overall, because of the other territories, it went up. Budget. Look at the fucking budget. 140 to 256.
Yeah, it's insane.
And then they only cut its budget by like 25 or 20. Yeah, 20.
I didn't think the Amazings were that high.
But they upped its budget by another 20.
Yeah.
Look at Homecoming. They cut its budget. That's crazy.
But you know what? You see it in Homecoming. You do. Like, he's not in the city. But just the idea of, like, where their setting is. He's not in the city. He's not in the thing. Yeah. He's in a small town. He can't swing anywhere. They got low buildings. You know, like, you could tell that it affected the placement of where the movie is.
Also, they made Spider-Verse for $90 million. And 60 of that was Nick Cage's contract.
I really like that movie, Into the Spider-Verse.
That's a really good fucking movie. You guys owe it to yourself to see that. And it did okay. Like for
Do you think Into the Spider-Verse gets tied into the other movies?
It looks like it's going to.
There was a tweet or something. Did you see it? There was they put out something on Twitter about like
I think
somehow like
I think we're going to see Miles. I think we are going to see a live action Miles.
And especially now with the multiverse of Far From Home being out there.
It's going to be an end credit stinger or something, but
I think a lot of it hinges. I think they will renew, but I think a lot of those plans hinge on when and if they renew the Sony Marvel.
They will.
Sony Disney contract.
They'll make some sort of partnership. It's been beneficial to.
Oh yeah, it'd be ridiculous for them to be like, nah, we're good. It'd be hilarious. Imagine this world. So Sony go to them. They're like, okay, let's make this deal. Let's make Spider-Man, whatever. Yeah. They make Far From. They make Homecoming. They make the Avengers. Like, then now they're like, okay, they make Far From Home, and then they're like, you know what, we got this. We're gonna make Spider-Man 3 on our own with Tom. Mm-hmm. It's possible.
See, like in this.
Do you think they do that?
Yeah, maybe.
Sony's like, we got this now.
But
and then of course they fuck it up. But
so this is what's important. Critical and public response, right? Spider-Man 1, 90% Rotten Tomatoes. Metacritic 73. All right, cool. Spider-Man 2, 93, 83 on Metacritic. All right, cool. Spider-Man 3, 63, 59 on Metacritic. Fucking accurate, if not too high. Mm-hmm. Amazing Spider-Man, 72, 63. 52 for Amazing Spider-Man 2, 53 on Metacritic. That's way too low. That movie is not that fucking bad.
No.
Homecoming, we jump right back up, 92 to 73.
And I don't know if I put Homecoming at like that high.
I would. I like it.
No, I'd be more in line with the Metacritic
Also,
score of like 70s.
It's reviewed by like 120 something more reviews.
Because you got more assholes on YouTube doing the shit we're doing. That's why.
We're not Metacritic scored or Rotten Tomato. That'd be fucking nuts. Can you imagine they took our fucking opinions on shit? You know who should?
But that's what it is. The spike of those things is just because more people can submit their fucking reviews.
And 90 goddamn justified 7.
For Into the Spider-Verse.
For Into the Spider-Verse. But Metacritic is only an 87 because Metacritic is broken.
Mm-hmm.
And CinemaScore has it at an A+, which makes sense.
Well, CinemaScore looks to be all about the same marks.
Yeah, they're all, The lowest one is a B+.
Plus. For Spider-Man 2 and Spider-Man 3. Amazing 2 and Spider-Man 3 both have a B+.
Okay. Nowhere are they in the same league. I would watch Amazing Spider-Man 2 over Spider-Man 3 any day of the week.
Yeah.
Spider-Man 3 is bad.
Yeah, it is.
Every decision in that movie is just fucking stupid. I can make a whole video on why Spider-Man 3 sucks.
I'm sure we have.
Anywho.
Did we have news for this week?
We're
like 50 minutes.
Yeah. New Batwoman trailer dropped for the CW show that got picked up. Did it give an episode number?
It's a full season.
Ah, fuck. I wish the CW would learn what everything else is learning and make it half.
No, fuck no. They ride these coattails.
But you could make shows.
I don't want them to make more shows. I want them to make no shows.
Anyways, watch the trailer. It's not bad. I'll wait to see what happens. There's a few lines in the trailer that are cringeworthy as fuck. But it is what it is. Ruby Rose can't act her way out of a fucking room with a door open. I'm pretty sure him and I could both act better. Maybe she's
it's a tough watch.
Then, but who knows? Maybe giving her a full series to constantly act in will make it better. But judging from the fucking crossover and this minor clip I watched her in another movie, she is terrible. But
perfect for the CW.
No, there's good actors on the CW. There's some bad actors on the CW, but there's some good ones on there. We got a trailer for Hush.
That looked incredible.
That looks dope. I can't wait to watch that. It's one of the
July 20th.
Yeah, it's one of the big ones people have been asking for DC to make. Cool. If you have not checked it out, go check it out. It's basically you're telling the story of in the trailer of who's Hush. He's a mysterious guy. We don't know who he is.
Hush, Batman. Hush.
He says that. It's kind of creepy.
Says that at the end of the trailer.
And Nightwing's in it, which I always appreciate Nightwing being and stuff.
He's a big Hush player, though.
Exactly.
He has a big role in that storyline.
Speaking of Nightwing, the actor has said that there is a Nightwing costume for Titans.
Yeah, he gets it. Yeah, I've seen that.
Awesome.
Well, he was supposed to have it in the first season, but it was cut.
I cannot wait till we get a live-action version of Nightwing. It's the one thing I wanted that wasn't Chris O'Donnell. Because that suit he wears is Nightwing's suit.
Oh, yeah, the red one, red and black one.
It is Nightwing's
in Batman and Robin, he full on wears it. And you know what's funny is it's red. It's red before he wears the red one.
Yeah.
You know, at least 20 years. Right?
Looks even more,
Right? 20 years before we get the red emblem, in 52, he wears the black and red one.
And I love 52 redid the entire universe and all they did was change his fucking outfit to red.
Instead of blue.
I'm like, all right, cool.
I'm like, hey, it's different.
Yeah, it's
I mean, Chris wore it 25 years ago, but whatever. Plus, he was 45 at the time when he wore it.
Young Robin. His young ward.
His
45.
His young ward that's 10 years older than Batman.
I can't wait to see old Batman. Also, people are trying to get Game of Thrones writers off the show and remake the entire season because they're fucking idiots.
Oh, I saw that and I sent it to you on Twitter where it's petition opened to redo season 8 with competent writers. And I was
Listen, guys, we get one redo a year and you got some.
yeah, they're changing that. And it's, visually, they still can.
I can't even with it.
Game of Thrones, I've been enjoying it. Like, I mean, I watched the first 4 seasons.
Yeah.
I watched season 5, the last episode, which I believe was the Battle
of the Bastards, I think.
I don't know which one it is. It's the one where he fights the ice guys and stuff.
Oh, no, is that 6?
No, I believe it was the end of 5.
Oh, with the wildlings.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, I think that might have been, something like that. I don't know. Fuck it. I don't know.
The one, I randomly watched it with you just because I was home and you were watching it.
Yeah.
I had already given up on the show.
Yeah.
I didn't watch any of 5, none of 6, none of 7. Went this week, watched all of 8. I'm caught up. I've watched the last 5. I like it. I'm watching it and I'm like, I didn't miss a damn thing, right? Like, there's nothing. Like, I'm fully aware of who these characters are, and like the ones that aren't there, I'm like, must be dead. You know, like I don't need to see how they died. They're just not fucking there anymore.
There's very much a pacing problem with the show.
It's moving a little quicker, but at the same time, I like that idea of moving a little like.
Even
a lot of people are we going to get to spoilers? Can I mention a few spoilers for the show?
No, let's not do it.
Okay.
Yet. Wait till the last episode. We'll do it next week. We'll talk.
Okay. Well, I was just gonna say there's story points that are like told to, let's say, like a main character like John. Whereas like John gets news and he would have had to hold on to that for 4 episodes. Whereas now he can instantly move the news forward, and everyone's like,
scenes that they do that don't make sense, but also they like rob fans of scenes that we should get of certain actions and shit, and like. I know spoilers are technically up for the first like 5 because they've already aired.
Yeah.
There are people who are probably going to watch the entire thing, just 1 through 6, and wait.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to wreck that for them yet, in case they are one of the people that listens to this. So we'll talk about it next week a little bit after
it's done. Yeah.
Episode airs. And I don't want to ruin it for people. So
I won't. But like just the idea of like people getting news or story elements that would have taken longer to get to that next step. I also think like where now it's like the person is standing in front of me. They're not 40 kilometers away in some other town. You know what I mean? Like
I have no problem with that.
Yeah, so it makes sense where it's like things are going to move faster.
It's uneven.
Mm-hmm.
Microsoft and Sony are partnering to work on improving their cloud gaming as well as their platform. So PlayStation Plus, Xbox Live, PlayStation Now, Xbox Game Pass. They're going to work together and use Microsoft stuff to make all their streaming platforms better. This is unprecedented for Sony, who lately has taken their ball and went the fuck home. We constantly, the last like year and a half, I've just read stories where like Sony is like, they don't want to do shared gaming. They don't want to do cross-play. They don't want to do any of that shit.
Mm-hmm.
And this is maybe opens up a little bit to them working better. Because Microsoft and Nintendo right now are playing nice because they're, second fiddle to PlayStation. But it's good to see that the two biggest gaming companies, like Nintendo is just going to do what Nintendo wants. But it's good to see the two big ones, like, they know they need to work on their platforms if we're going to go to this all digital future. Which, cool. I'm all on aboard the digital future.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever. Rick and Morty is coming back in November on 2019.
Season 4. It was renewed for 2 or 3 seasons?
Yeah,
something like that. Like,
for a show I started watching last year, I've watched like 3 fucking times the entire way through. It is funny.
It's funny.
I'm excited for it to be back to get some new episodes. I can't wait. I love Rick and Morty.
Did you see the thing about The Simpsons was renewed for like 3 seasons?
Yeah.
With the new deal with Disney Fox or whatever? Yeah.
Dope.
That's awesome.
That.
Yeah.
Give it its nice little run.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully Disney keeps it going. They probably will.
They got that Disney money now.
The Orville was finally renewed, so I was happy about that.
Lethal Weapon was canceled though.
So I'm not going to watch the end of that because I do not have. I'm like,
why?
Whatever. Yeah.
Where does it go?
It was touch and go with anything. No offense to Sean William Scott. Brooklyn Nine-Nine got renewed again for another like half season. I'm sure they'll up the count to that. I thought it was done at 13. Found out they did 17. I think there might be even one more. So I was stoked about that.
It's almost full.
Yeah. Other than that, there's like other shows I didn't really give a shit about that got canceled and renewed. But just the Orville and 9-9 were kind of the 2 shows I wanted to come back.
Yeah.
The Orville is coming back later because of CGI and all that shit
Mhm.
they have to put into the show, which makes sense. So it'll be like 2020 and some later on.
Yeah, like it will be like the mid-season of next year.
Yeah.
Like it won't premiere in September
Exactly.
with the new shows.
Yeah,
it will
which- yeah.
next year, but yeah.
Fine, they'll put it on after the mid-season.
Yeah.
Cool. Last Man Standing got renewed, but it's moving off of Friday because of Fox's new thing of putting SmackDown on Friday, because that's the deal they worked out with WWE.
Mhm. So it's moving to where? Do we know yet?
They don't know yet. They
No.
haven't said it. There's a place for it. We're just not sure yet because they have to figure out all their stuff with sports and everything. I'm intrigued to see what Fox looks like next year in terms of its schedule.
Yeah, it's supposed to have more sports. That was the idea of them getting rid of the television
also,
division.
they now have more say in what SmackDown airs and does. So hopefully that fixes its product. Because lately the two shows we don't watch things on a given basis, but Raw hit the lowest ratings it's ever gotten, and SmackDown is on its way. So they have to do something to fix their TV ratings, because if not, they're going in
Attitude.
and All Elite Wrestling now, who has been stealing thing, which looks amazing by the way, signed a deal with TNT, so now they have a TV deal too. So we'll see on that.
We should get a TV deal.
Yeah, like that. I think that was kind of it in terms of. There was a Nintendo Direct for Super Mario Maker. I won't go too much into it. Showing off new stuff, new like worlds for the. I think it's 3D world stuff, textures you can put in.
Mhm.
You can now do slopes before you couldn't make slopes in the game. That were really good kind of thing. And then like new platforms, new characters, and things like that. There's a single player mode now. It's going to be more integrated with the online of Nintendo. So you can find stuff easier, get your friends' levels, get their codes and shit like that easier.
Yep.
Play new levels, send people levels. They announced also this. It's like a ticket thing where you can buy 2 games and save like I think it was like $20 per thing. So like you could order pre-order Mario Maker now if you bought these vouchers, and you could buy another game and it would save you like $20. That was one of the deals. Also for $10 more, if you just get Mario Maker and a year of thing, it saves you like $10 for Nintendo's online, which is dirt cheap anyways. But I like the idea of the voucher because like I think it was like 1 something here with the translation of these, but you still save like $20. So if you bought like fucking Smash and then pre-ordered thing, you'd have something to play until Mario Maker comes out in June, I think. June 28.
57.
I guess we could do this real quick. We talked about this earlier ad nauseum because
I didn't want to get into this. Are you going to CW?
You want to save it?
I'm gonna say we save it.
We can do Thrones and thing next week.
I'll talk to you after, but yeah, we'll save it.
All right, we'll save show. We were gonna do CW wrap up, but we'll save that for next.
So that's gonna get another hour easily.
Thing, and we kind of we went fucking off the wall with
I don't know.
everything
What
this
did we
week.
talk about?
I don't know, but you know what the number one thing is? Robert Pattinson is Batman. Unless they fucking change it, that's the screenshot. That's the title that's going up this week because we talked about that for maybe a minute and a half.
We talked about it for a little longer.
But we're hitting that hour mark.
Yeah. So I say we wrap it up.
Yeah,
Remember though, if you're listening to this on the audio, and you're listening to last week's and you're listening to this week, go into the comment section of either Twitter, YouTube, or get us up on Twitter at TalkingBull PC.
Yep.
Tell us you listened to episode 80. We'll get your information. We're sending you a T-shirt.
Also, just thought of this now. You guys may not know this. Obviously, you know we do YouTube, but we do have a couple commentaries that are on YouTube as audio tracks. If you guys want, let us know in that comment or comments anywhere. If you want us to upload to those as well to the where we put the podcast, and we can put those up if you guys want to listen to that. We did Spider-Man and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the 90s one, audio track, so you can listen to us commentate along with the movie if you want the audio version of that instead of the YouTube audio version. We also have one in the pipeline. We have 2 in the pipeline of Turtles 2 and 3 that'll go up with something. I'm just not sure when to release them, kind of thing. But if you guys want those up there too, let us know. I can put them up easily. I already have the audio file for them. I didn't want to clog the feed with random shit. But if you guys want that, let us know. We'll be back next week with more news, Game of Thrones spoilers, as well as our wrap up of CW season and where we think they're going to go. I've been Anthony. This is Nick. We are Talking Bull Podcast. Thank you for joining us. We'll be back next week. See you guys.
See ya.